advertising effectiveness.
First in million-dollar home sales.
First to offer
Evet,
unique
herkese merhaba.
platforms like CBX.
And concierge
Ses nasıl geliyor
services.
bakacağız
First
şimdi.
emerged the largest brokerage
Ses
firm in the
deneme 1, 2,
United
3, 4, 5,
States.
6, 7,
We're the
8,
best
9, 10, 11.
franchise in the real estate industry.
Anlatıyor
And
bakalım
now,
nasıl
the
diye.
first time.
Anlatım
Come
yapıyor
together.
Under
kendileri.
new leadership.
With a new look,
Biz de
And a
buradan test
rejuvenating
yapıyoruz.
vision to the future. Together, as one
Sayın
Coldwell
Duman
Banker,
We carry
kanalından
the strength
of a global
yayınlanıyor.
network, united under the most powerful real estate brand in the world.
we've been guiding people home for 114 years.
and we're the only real estate brand that is
Evet,
positioned for
ses kontrol ediyoruz.
114 more years of awesome.
Ingenuity and excellence.
So come
Bir de
experience
kulaklık
what the North Star Real Estate has to offer.
experience the power of one.
One.
Of one Coldwell Banker.
And now, Coldwell Banker President and CEO, Ryan Gorman.
Hello, Gen Blue. We are thrilled to be with you today for our first ever virtual Gen Blue experience. We've got a wonderful agenda for you today, and I hope you take full advantage of it. If this is your first Gen Blue experience, you are in for a treat. It surely won't be your last. And if you're a veteran Gen Bluer, welcome to our bold new approach, befitting, I think, our bold new look, feel, and strategy. Now, we can't wait to get together with you all in person at Radio City Music Hall in October 2021. And we look forward to learning from this virtual event to augment our 2021 in-person experience to extend that learning, networking, excitement, and empowerment well beyond the walls of the hall. Speaking of empowerment,
Evet,
that's
şu
our
an
mission. To
anlatım devam
empower all
ediyor.
people, all of you, to leave your mark on the
Bakalım
world
nasıl
of real
bir
estate.
bağlantı
I love our mission, in part
kurduk.
because it really speaks to our industry, the most entrepreneurial industry in the world.
Bakalım nasıl bir Onu çözüyor olacağız. Şu an test yayını yapıyoruz.
Every
Bakalım
real
nasıl
estate
olacak.
transaction, entrepreneurial agents and brokers work with business owners,
çözüyor olacağız. Şu an test yayını yapıyoruz. Bakalım
carpentry,
nasıl olacak.
accounting, and inspection. And there's only one quarterback to that team.
Çözüyor olacağız. Şu an test yayını yapıyoruz.
Home, after all, is one of our core values.
Evet, çözdük işi. Çözdük galiba. Paylaş diyorum.
Olur. Ben direkt Apple TV yapıyorum.
Evet. Nasıl ses geliyor bir bakalım diye konuşuyoruz. Şu an çeviri yapıyorum. Alpen, bir şeye bakabilir misin? O link gönderdim ya, ona tıklayıp test yapıyoruz. Ses nasıl geliyor bir bakar mısın? Ya arkadan fondaki sesi duyuyor musun İngilizce? Benim sesimi nasıl duyuyorsun? Kullanıcı olarak bir deneyelim bakalım. Evet, çeviri yapıyorum. Bugünlerde kendimi iyi hissediyorum. Bakalım yeşillikler içerisinde kimler var? Ses nasıl geliyor? Onları deneyelim diye konuşuyorum burada. Nasıl bakalım? Bir dakika. Nasıl bakalım?
Yani yayını yapan kişiyle yayını dinleyen kişi aynı ortamda olmaz.
Backyard playground, basketball hoops, our brand new little free library turning over inventory faster than the hottest real estate market. Our home even played host to an all-American wedding on 4th of July. I was honored to officiate, and it was a spectacular day. Now, this is a home that we've truly made our own, a home that's sheltered us from the storms and kept us safe, that's comforted us in uncertainty and given us now some of our fondest memories. And like every good story of boy meets home, my story of home started with a Coldwell Banker agent. I know the prevailing wisdom is that all home searches start online, And of course, my wife and I were searching online. Like
Evet,
every smart
ses
couple,
iyi geliyor
once we got
diye
serious,
düşünüyorum ama az kısık konuştuğum halde
5 years
bakalım
ago
nasıl
this
gelecek.
month, we were introduced to Roderick Logan. Roderick, welcome to Gen Blue.
Thank you, Ryan. I am so excited to be here at my first Gen Blue and the first virtual Gen Blue. All of this is so cool. Hello, Gen Blue.
Roderick, you helped my family find a wonderful home. A Coldwell Banker listing, in fact. So shout out to Denise Flanagan, Coldwell Banker Morristown. And we are eternally grateful for your help and support. In fact, we're reminded every morning of the assistance you provided because, like many buyers, we never turned off those Coldwell Banker listing alerts that you set up for us. So we get to keep an eye on the market while seeing your smiling face in our inbox every morning.
You know, Ryan, you said it was 5 years ago this month, but actually, I know the exact date. It was September 10th, 2015. What I've always done is I put next to the client's name the date that I first met them in your incredible family. And that way it reminds me to follow up with clients in the future, just when I think it's about time that they're going to consider to make a move.
Now, Roderick, we had a blast looking for homes. We laughed. We cried.
Hey adamım.
Once, we found a terrific property that honestly, I didn't even want to go see, but you assured us that it had everything we needed, if not everything we wanted yet. Maybe now it does. And you were exactly right, of course. But we also know that not everyone is as fortunate as my family and I were when we were finding and ultimately buying a home. Indeed, equality of opportunity remains pretty elusive for some in the housing market, at least in America, and I'm afraid around the world that's somewhat true. And in fact, recently, not too far from where you and I are right now, in a place that's near and dear to your heart, Long Island, there was a pretty widely shared news story that revealed some kind of disturbing behavior by some real estate professionals. It showed some outstanding service by some, and the story also highlighted some service failures and even honestly some discrimination that many of us thought was a thing of the past. And you too shared that news story was pretty motivating for you and eye-opening as well, but in a different way, a really deeply personal way. Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah, Ryan. When I first saw the news story, it made me think about the time my family had migrated out from the Big Apple, aka New York City, or what we New Yorkers call the city, out to the suburbs of Long Island. At age 8, my mom had decided that she didn't want to continue to raise her family with us playing in concrete parks and riding our bikes down the city streets, dodging all the buses. She wanted to get us out into the fresh air. So with that, the home search began. So every weekend, what would happen, me and my dad, my mom didn't come with us, keep that in mind, we would hop on the Long Island Railroad and we'd go out to Long Island and look for homes. And like you said, interestingly enough, one of the towns, or the town that we bought that first home in, was one of the towns that was actually featured in that news story. So it made me start to think, like, of all the towns on Long Island, why did we end up getting our home in that town? And he would pick me and my dad up at the train station, and he would take us out to look at homes, but always in that one particular town. Then it hit me that that town really didn't have the features that my mom had said she was looking for, open space and a more rural feel. But what it did have is a lot of people who looked like us. So then I started to wonder, were we directed or even steered to a predominantly Black town because maybe that's what the real estate agent thought we had wanted, being a Black family? Then it made me think also, were we given less choices or treated differently because of our skin color or our race? I don't know. But I do know 12 months later, what we ended up doing is we sold the house and we moved out to a different part of Long Island, more rural, more open space, more of the features that my mom had said she had wanted. And this time she came along with us. We weren't making that